first, a refresher, what is a credit score based on?
Sure. So that's actually kind of a complex question because there's multiple credit scores. You know, most people have heard of their FICO score. If they've applied for a mortgage, you know, you get 3 scores and the mortgage company usually goes by the middle one. But Fair Isaac, the one that builds these scores, they actually have multiple risk models. So there'll be a different credit score for an auto loan as opposed to a mortgage application, for example. And it's what we call a black box. You really don't know, how the sausage is made, but the information going in is obviously really important to the number that comes out. And so knowing what's in your credit report before you apply for a loan is really important.
And having inaccurate information on that credit report can really hurt us in many ways, right?
Definitely. And the severity of it really depends on what type of inaccurate information is on there. So, for example, if your middle name was spelled incorrectly, obviously that's not going to affect much in terms of a loan application. But if you have somebody else's information mixed into your credit file, that's a much bigger deal. Particularly if you pay your bills and you generally should have a higher credit score, and somebody else's derogatory information is mixed into your report, that can have a devastating impact on your ability to get a mortgage or credit card, or in a lot of cases to get a job.
So talk a little bit more, give us more details about that Experian lawsuit.
Sure. So we were seeing that a lot of people that had either been sued in court before and a judge had found that they owed money, or had owed money to a taxing agency like the IRS or the Arizona State Department of Taxation, had gone ahead and paid it off, but Experian was not actually going out to pick up the records to show in their credit reports that they had paid off the loans. And we thought this wasn't fair because Experian was going out on a weekly basis to pull in the records showing that they owed the money, but when you actually paid off the account, Experian was not pulling that into your credit report unless you wrote Experian and said, hey, this information's wrong, I need you to fix it. And in a lot of cases, Experian would fix it, but in some cases they wouldn't. And we thought that we needed to fix this process and get Experian to change its procedures that they're using to pick up these public records. So our settlement actually involves 3 different components. First, Experian has to change its processes. And so as part of this, right now, all your public records are off your reports until Experian can go out, get these records fresh, and put procedures in place that the court has to approve to make sure that these records are kept up to date. The second benefit that the settlement provides is that if you go to the website that the court has ordered us to set up, which is ExperianPublicRecordSettlement.com, you can sign up for 2 years of Experian's top-shelf credit monitoring software. So it's called Experian IdentityWorks Plus, and it's going to allow you every day to go out and pull your credit report. You'll be able to see your FICO Risk Model 8 score, which is the one that's most commonly used by a lot of lenders. You can pull that every day and look at your FICO score every day. For example, if you were saying, well, I'm going to go apply for a mortgage, but I want to see if I pay down my credit cards before I go apply for the mortgage, how does that affect my score? Experian actually has a tool that's included as part of this credit monitoring that allows you to figure out how your FICO score would change. And the third component, and this is really probably the most important, is that if you've been affected by this, either you paid off a tax lien or a judgment and Experian never updated it to show that it was paid, or you just had somebody else's tax lien or judgment mixed into your credit report that had nothing to do with you, we've set up a process by which you can actually negotiate a settlement with Experian. So the way to work is you'll go to that website, you'll fill out a form, and one of the attorneys, either from my law firm, which is Consumer Litigation Associates, or one of the other law firms that's working on the case with us will call you. We'll help you get your documents together, we'll help you submit a claim, and we'll make a demand, a monetary demand, to Experian for you. Experian then has the right to make a counteroffer, and if the 2 sides can't work it out, a federal judge decides how much money you're going to get. And this is an alternative to actually, going out, hiring a lawyer, filing a full-blown lawsuit, and then, maybe a year or 2 later, something comes out of it. This is designed to be a very streamlined process that gets consumers relief to help them recover for the damage that they suffer for what Experian was doing.
Matthew, a very important notification for those who might be affected. Thanks so much for your time. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.